Hey everyone, JP here, your ambassador for POLLEY. I just want to show you straight away, we're going to get into some lateral chain mobility. So remember, the reason that we're actually using POLLEY is because it's great for fluid transportation, for activation of tissues. It helps you do whatever you wish to do. Now can you see what I'm doing here? I'm doing a hip drive. So if I show you side on here, you see how I'm very much going laterally out to the side here as we work, all right? Now, if you're experiencing any pain during this, this might be one that you might miss out on. But what I'm trying to do is drive my hips and then leave my spine nice and tall and long. I'm not collapsing my body over. So drive with the hips. And we're getting what the anatomy trains might describe as the lateral line. So in other words, there's a piece of myofascial tissue, myo being muscle, fascia being connective tissue. So a myofascial tissue that runs from the base of the first and fifth metatarsal around the outside of the ankle, becomes the perineals, becomes the IT band, becomes the TFL and the glute med and min, up through the rib cage via the internal and external obliques and end up on the side just by the ears here with the SCM. Now, what we're looking to do here is elastically load those tissues. So I'm just going to get you to take your left foot forward of your right now. In fact, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to get you to cross over. Okay, so left foot in front of right, both knees bent, drive from the hip. Both knees bent, drive from the hip. So we're just driving into the right hip now. Well, he says, losing his balance. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to direct that flow of vibration more into the anterior portion of that lateral line. So you'll probably feel it more at the front. This is really great for those people who have, for example, anterior tilts on their pelvis, for example. That might be part of the reason that their pelvis is being pulled in that way. Now let's just take your right foot across in front of the left, drive into that. So remember, as we move, the vibration travels through the body and it loads the area where we are putting a force profile. Yeah? So in other words, we're asking these tissues to lengthen elastically and then unload. As we ask that tissue to activate, there's a whole heap more going on through the vibration. So I know I've heard some people call it transmissibility. So it comes up and through the tissues. I'm trying to talk and balance here at the same time. And it comes up through the tissues and helps hydrate, put blood flow, and lymphatically drain, as well as activate that tissue. So it stabilizes as you are mobilizing. So that would be number one. I really love that, to open up your lateral chains of the body, which means it creates space. So in anatomy trains terms, it's a line of space. It creates space in your body. So it's almost like you feel taller as a result. And I'm sure if you step off now, it will feel that way. Now I do just want to show you I'm going to move my plate purely so you can see. So we're going to show you a prone one next, also for the lateral chain, but also the transverse plane. So I'm just going to get you to bring your knee across and drop the knee and come back up. And bring your knee across and drop the knee and come back up. What you'll note is that my elbows are staying straight and my back knee is staying straight. Okay. Now, if that feels okay, what you might want to do, and this is an invitation, not an order, but you might want to take your hands further forward on your plate and come up and then drop the knee on the plate too as you do this. And you're seeing that I'm just letting that hip drop into that. I'm not asking that hip, I'm not forcing that hip, I'm just saying, hey, I'm going to invite you to drop to where you want to and then come back. I've got mine on 35 low here, but anything in that low portion that is within your tolerance is a really good thing to do. Now you might like, when you're doing this with if you're doing this with and you're working with clients, or the next time that you do that, what you might want to do is just check with a movement, like you're going to sit your bum down and come back. Check with a movement beforehand and do those, and then check that movement afterwards. As long as it's a whole body movement, I think you'll feel quite a change in your range, but also the stabilization that happens. Because what we're doing is effectively, we're loading the elastic to its natural end range, which will gradually improve each time you do the repetition with the vibration. We're asking that, but also we're asking it to switch on. When we drive into it, all of this has to switch on. So not only is it opening up that tissue, but it's activating it, it's stabilizing it. Now, there was a question last week around, I talked in the long session that I did on Friday around, hey, if at the end of a session I might want to do a power plate massage, for example, like this, where my lower abdomen and the front of my legs might go on board and pass that vibration through there. There was a question around, well, surely that's not safe. And what it actually does is it's a more direct, intense vibrational intervention, if you like, by doing it that way. But if I'm here, they call it whole body vibration for a reason. It passes through your whole body. So the vibration is there, whatever. We're just directing more intensity into a specific area than there would be by standing on the platform. Your internal organs love vibration. It's almost like, some people call it an organ reset, when we actually put vibration through our viscera. But it's the same as if I were to ask a massage therapist to do a visceral massage. All the same benefits are there with power plate. What I love about this is that vibration can go where no hands or fingers or thumbs or elbows can actually go. It actually passes through all of those tissues. It brings health to all of those tissues too. I hope that was enjoyable for you. If you put that together with the other mobility work that I'm doing each week, last week if you go looking on the page, and then next week when we do another chain of tissue, by the end of the month you are going to be so free and easy. You will hopefully be reaching out and thanking me. I just want to wish you well for today. Have an awesome time, and I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.